If there was any time to make a ludicrous price prediction video on XRP, now is the time. Today spelled what I've been predicting for some time, the retail adoption of XRP. I know a lot of people are so just jet focused on the banking system and how XRP is going to change that and how Swift is going to be onboarding XRP. That's how we're going to get to, $10,000 XRP, all that kind of stuff. But I've been hyper focused on the exact opposite. The antithesis of every XRP holder's thesis. I've been focused on retail adoption. And so today we got a confirmation on my theory, which is the fact that the XRP army is absolutely ginormous. And I want to give you my unique perspective on it, why I thought this was going to happen. Now, this is the post. The REX XRP ETF, XRPPB, is already at $24 million in volume. That is way more than he thought. For context, it's 5x more than any of the XRP futures ETFs did on day one, and it's only been 90 minutes. 90 minutes. You want to know why that's the case? That's the case because no one wants to do XRP futures ETFs. No one wants to trade that stuff. People want to hold XRP on spot, or they want to hold a basket of XRP assets. That's what they want to do. Retail traders don't want to go through with all that annoying jazz of futures trading. And let me tell you why I think that it's a bunch of retail traders buying here and not institutions. And that's because of research. I've done the research, and Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, these are the ETFs that are hyper focused on retail audiences right now. If you did not know, over 75% of current ETF volume and holdings are on the retail side. They're on the retail side. Yes, it's getting better on the institutional side. And I suspect that institutions will be onboarding these ETFs, and they'll become a bigger and bigger share over time. That's how we're going to get to trillions in liquidity, right? But right now, as we stand, as we're speaking, most of the volumes come from retail. And I don't know if you've looked at YouTube, but the views are up on XRP. Covering XRP has been a godsend for a lot of people. This bull market, if you covered XRP, you did pretty well. And that's because XRP has been the community coin. It's been that retail coin. It's been that coin that everybody can get behind and understand the vision behind it. That's why XRP's done as well as it has. I've been holding this coin since it was at 30 cents, and it's at $3. I wouldn't hold a coin normally at this stage. I would normally dump at this point. I'm gonna be honest. Being up 1,000% on a cryptocurrency is a hell of a lot, and this bull market is gonna go on forever. But the fact is that retail has decided that XRP is the winner of this cycle. That's what they've decided. And so that's why when I make these $10, $20, $30 XRP price predictions, I don't think I'm exaggerating on the potential what XRP can become. Even at a $30 mark, that's what? $1.8 trillion. That's not a crazy amount. At some point or another, many years ago, XRP was on pace to pass Bitcoin. I mean, that was a real thing back then. I know that at this point, it's hard to conceptualize that for a lot of people because we haven't seen XRP at those astronomical price points. But at the end of the day, when bull markets start kicking and we start getting to that last leg up, all logic just flows out the window. And the people that have the advantage continue to have the advantage for the rest of the bull market. And XRP's been that one. I think the XRP ETF is going to be enormous. This is going to be a big deal for XRP. And I think a lot of people agree with me. A lot of people agree with me. We're going to be getting a lot of XRP ETFs here. It has been programmed. I mean, this stuff is programmed to happen. It's been so obvious. I mean, everyone knew we were going to beat the SEC. Everybody knew. They were just like, when is this going to happen? Time was not our friend when that lawsuit was happening. But we all knew at some point or another, XRP was going to win. XRP was going to go up in price. And we were going to get ETFs. We were going to get the volume that we need. Now, here's what's going to happen. And this is coming from someone that spent way too much time looking into this. I am predicting that institutions will enter on Q1. I know that's a weird prediction because I know most of you, and including myself, I'm a guy that is going to be taking a majority of profits in my cryptocurrencies before the end of Q4. That's historically when the bull run has ended. This quarter is technically the last quarter. So please don't hold the entire bag, but hold some bag. That's what I'm going to be doing, at least. Not financial advice. You could dump everything. That's perfectly fine too. But I'm going to be holding a bag because I am predicting Q1 is the institutional renaissance, is what I'm going to call it. Because what's happening right now is we've had Bitcoin ETFs for some time. Institutions have begun to learn about cryptocurrencies. Clearly, at this point, it's on their radar. but they haven't delved deep into crypto. They're still stuck on Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's still some solid gains to be had there. I could see Ethereum hitting $10,000, and that's going to be great. What's going to happen afterward, though? They're going to go down the rabbit hole, and they're going to realize, oh no, XRP is up 449% this year. Maybe there's more to this story than we think. And they're going to start buying up XRP. And so institutions will get on board with the vision that we've had for the longest time. And that's going to lead to that next leg up. I don't think we're going to be seeing XRP peak out this cycle in Q4. I think we're going to see stuff like HBAR, XLM, XRP. These coins are going to peak out maybe Q1, Q2, Q3. We might be seeing right now retail adoption. This is what we're seeing right now. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but none of this pump is really coming from institutions. It's all retail. It's all you guys watching these videos, smashing the like button, getting the word out there. And that's why it's so important to watch these videos. But the real story here is that retail, yeah, they're buying right now, and they're going pretty crazy for this asset. Institutions are going to be looking at this and say, wow, maybe we can park some of our clients' 401ks on XRP. They seem very interested. They keep telling me about it. And so it's going to take some time, but they're going to come around to DeFi. They're going to come around to altcoins. And one of those coins is going to be XRP. It's the number 3 coin in the world right now. It's an obvious next step. Especially if you're a company based in the United States, it's an obvious next step. And I'm not even talking about the partnerships that XRP has. I'm not even talking about how Ripple is going to expand and they have banking partnerships on the way. I'm not even talking about that right now. I'm simply talking from a fundamental analysis standpoint, from a psychological point of view. It is obvious that the next step is getting into assets like XRP. They're going to be going down the list. They're going to be going, which they already have. They went from Bitcoin to Ethereum. We saw that already this cycle. Ethereum was at like $1,000 and all of a sudden pumped to $4,000. You think that's because all of a sudden Ethereum became a good asset? It was always fine and it was already good. Even at $1,000, it was just as good as it was at $4,000. People just caught up and decided we can make some gains there. And the same things with XRP. XRP's tech is already good. It already has what it needs to be a $100 asset. It's just, do people want to park their money there? Do people want to buy it? And what's going to happen is retail is going to start buying up these like crazy, these ETFs like crazy. We're going to see historic levels of trading volume, which is going to confirm to these institutions that this is an asset worth trading. And in Q1, they're going to finally convince their funds and their companies to start accumulating XRP. We're going to start seeing XRP DAT companies. Those are digital asset treasury companies pop up, probably in the billions of dollars. And that's going to lead that next leg up. We still don't have that person yet. I mean, I guess some people could argue it's Ripple, but not really. We don't have someone actively accumulating XRP right now in a digital asset treasury company. We don't have that figurehead at the moment, other than, of course, Ripple. So I'm thinking here, we're going to get some major company in Q1 that ends up adopting XRP, and it's going to be huge. So anything you're doing right now, if you're accumulating XRP, this isn't some play that, and I'm telling you right now, this is from an honest perspective. When the ETFs launch, which they're already starting to kind of trickle in a little bit, this is not going to be the big moment for XRP, if you understand what I mean. It is an important moment, but it is not the big pump. The big pump is going to come when institutions come and digital asset treasury companies are started that buy billions of dollars worth of XRP. Right now, we're seeing retail position themselves, and they're telling these institutions that it's time to begin to accumulate. So if I was trading this, it's a great time to hold. like I'm not selling my XRP. You've got no universe that I'll be selling my XRP in the next month. There's no way. We want to see these ETFs launch. We want to see the pump, the initial pump. And we want to see some kind of institution begin to show interest in a digital asset treasury company. And we want to see billions of dollars raised. And when that happens, that's when the big run's going to happen on XRP. You betcha. I'm going to be doing futures positions the second that we have these big runs on XRP with these institutions. Because at the end of the day, retail can only buy so much. We have to pay our rent. We have to do things with our lives. But institutions could just raise unlimited amounts of money. They could just keep printing capital if they want to. And they can get bailouts, worst case scenario. So yeah, I am of the opinion that this is a big deal. And I'm predicting a pretty big XRP run coming in Q4. But I think Q1 is going to be debatably more important. And this is a dangerous thing to say because of where the cycle is at the moment. But if you connect the dots, you kind of get the overarching vision here for an asset class like XRP. And don't get me wrong, XRP is a wonderful asset. but it is going to have a day where it goes down 50, 80%. Every asset class does that. Bitcoin's done that. I don't even know how many times at this point. And yeah, it's going to become more difficult over time for it to happen because there's just more capital flowing into it. And this might be one of the last cycles that we really see one of those big drawdowns, but we're still going to see XRP drop at least 50% at some point. Now, is that going to be when XRP is at $10, $20, $15? Depends. And I guess that's the risk that you're taking here. But from my perspective, the XRP ETF listing mania that's going to be coming here in the next month or two is going to be the next big moment for this cryptocurrency. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm actually about to go to South Korea. And so if you didn't know, a lot of XRP holders are in South Korea. So it's going to be very exciting to connect with you all. Stay classy. And that is all.